Go, go, go,
Hello,
go, go,
good
go, go, go,
morning.
go, 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 go,
Go,
go,
go,
go,
go,
go,
go,
go,
go,
go,
go.
go,
With what? With
go.
what? With what? With what?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I'm not normal, definitely.
Neither am I. Can I say that neither am I? I'm
Yes,
not
you can.
normal
Yes, you can.
either. And
But
I'm good with that.
it's so amazing to be not normal, not to be normal. It's so amazing because if you are not normal, you can just do whatever you want. Of
Yeah, and you
course,
have an excuse, you're
of
justified.
of course, you have to accept other people borders,
Of course
etc.,
you do.
etc. And the point that we live in a society, we can think about each other and we can cooperate with each other. Yes,
Hmm.
but it's so great. I'm not normal.
I'm
Extreme.
fine with not being normal.
I like it. But so
Yes.
good morning once again.
Hi,
It's
good morning.
good
Yes.
morning. Yes, good morning. So
55
we're actually
minutes later.
yeah, we're actually talking
Are we
about
late?
your daughter, and your daughter is the best ever. Yes, she's the
Yes, of
best
course she
ever.
is.
Yes, of course she is. But
Duh.
yeah. So it's definitely easier just to organize your thoughts and organize your thoughts and your beliefs, not beliefs, thoughts about other people. If you feel that
Hmm.
you are a good person and that you deserve, for example, being in society, etc., and it's
Hmm.
really just a piece of cake to
Hmm.
organize your thoughts and to learn how to cooperate with people, respecting the borders and the region where the borders lies, etc. But it's
Hmm.
definitely harder. Oh, it's so hard and it's so difficult when you
Yeah.
have to understand that you are worth that you as a person, that you can ask for a favor, that you can ask for a help, that you deserve a help, that you
Hmm.
deserve to be a part of society. But
Hmm.
what just came to my mind, that
Yes.
it is but it's sometimes tricky,
Mhm.
and I maybe we can focus to this morning, even if it's not a
Mhm.
morning, even it's not morning,
It's
maybe we
not, it's not noon yet. It's still
can.
morning.
In fact, it depends on the point of view. It can be a morning or not, because if I work during the whole night, for me it's almost night. Yeah, no, it's not
As you
even
were
morning.
working at night?
Yeah,
Really?
no,
You were working at night?
no, 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 no. But if it's conditional, if
Yes, please be my lecturer about conditional sentences. I
no,
would be
no,
very happy to
never,
learn.
ever, never, ever. So, Munya, but what
Yes.
about people with the narcissistic point of view and the narcissistic?
Yeah,
I wanted to
exactly.
say disease, but it's not a disease; it's a disaster. But no, it's not. But it is disaster. It's not a disease and a disaster. It's a kind of disorder.
Disorder, yeah.
Disorder.
It's not in
Disorder.
order, yeah.
What's the
Exactly.
name of the English? Your
Who? Please don't ask
order,
too difficult questions.
order,
Order. What do you mean
It's a
order
kind
in
of
court? Order in court.
order. Yeah,
Or where?
order. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So when it
Yes.
comes to
Yes.
and
Narcissist.
narcissistic disorder,
Narcissistic, yes.
narcissistic disorder, because if you have this feeling that everything is okay for you, with you, that you do deserve being with people, being within the society, asking for help. If you feel pain, you just ask for help, you just go to the doctor, you just call the doctor, etc., etc., with
Mhm.
no with no feeling of, I don't know, feeling guilty that you have just disturbed, that you have just disturbed someone, etc.
Yes.
It's really great, and it shouldn't be difficult to learn how to cooperate with other people, respecting their borders. But when it comes to the narcissistic part of you, so if you have this very specific narcissistic, maybe not even disorder, but a kind of narcissistic
Tendency, let's call it.
tendency, I like a tendency, yes. So maybe I have a kind of abnormal tendency
With what? With regard to what now? With
regard
being a
to,
narcissist or?
no, no.
Okay, in connection to
Okay,
life.
a connection to life, yeah. So
Okay.
but if you have this narcissistic tendency, it may be really difficult for you to
Yeah.
learn how to cooperate with people with no
Yes.
crossing their borders. because
Exactly. That's the
but
danger.
I'm not I am and I'm not, so both I am and I'm not familiar with narcissistic people, because actually
Mm.
I know
Yeah. What? What?
now
No,
I
I'm not a
realize
narcissist. I
something.
try not to be
I've been
one.
thinking for 3 years. I've been thinking for 3 years, yeah, and now I know.
Me, a
You
narcissist?
have this
No.
very specific, shape. So from time to time, you turn your face in a very specific way, and you look like Prince Diana.
Ah,
Yes,
really? Yes, of course. Couldn't I
yes,
mention that I
yes,
have
yes,
royal
yes,
roots,
yes.
and royal connection?
Oh my goodness. So it took me 3 years. Okay, but
Still, it's only
lepiej
3 years,
niż,
not a
lepiej
decade.
późno niż później. It was a title for of Woody Allen's film. Lepiej późno niż później. Lepiej późno. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
better
That's
late
good.
than
So
never, but Woody
it
Allen, I
can be
have no
very
idea.
well,
Yes.
it can be very tricky and very difficult for you when you have this specific narcissistic tendency
Mm-hmm.
to learn how to cooperate with people without crossing their borders.
Mm-hmm.
And the point is that uh, narcissistic people,
Mm-hmm.
they are, but I know only one narcissistic person, so very specific, so with the whole amount, the whole specific amount of narcissistic
Features.
characteristics, yeah,
Yeah.
of,
And
of
traits. Features.
yes,
Features.
features, traits,
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
um, for narcissistic people,
Yeah.
it's highly difficult to
Mm-hmm.
even imagine that they
Mm-hmm.
can be wrong.
Oh,
And
yes.
that,
No
and
way.
of course, from time to time, they can imagine, for example, when it comes to their work, when it comes to their decisions, etc. But when it comes to, for example, their way of behaving, they think that they are always right. For example, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired,
Mm-hmm.
you have to help me. You have to help me. You have to. And you have to be here now for me. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to behave according to my rules. The narcissistic person thinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And
Thank you for clarifying because I thought you're talking about yourself.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
I just found,
I'll,
if you
I'll,
want, I can clarify, Ashu, 9 symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder.
please,
Sense
please listen.
of self-importance. Oh, okay. You want me to listen to you, or are you listening to these 9 symptoms?
I am listening to you.
Thank you very much. Preoccupation with power, beauty, or success. Entitled can
Success.
only, yes. Power,
Huh?
beauty, and success. Three things. Entitled. There's no elaboration when it comes to entitled to what.
Entitled.
Probably
Entitled.
that needs elaborating, yeah, and further research.
Okay.
Can only be around people who are important or special.
Uh-huh.
Interpersonally exploitive for their own gain. Exactly.
Yeah.
Arrogant, lack of empathy, and
Arrogant.
must be
Arrogant. Arrogant.
admired. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Phew.
And now, if you, for example, feel that your friend, your, I don't know, kid, your partner, etc., that he
Mm-hmm.
or she has something narcissistic inside, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
good to talk to him, to talk to her, and try to figure out if it's possible to
Yeah.
fix this very specific tendency, because this
Mm-hmm.
tendency could be very tricky and
Especially in the
very
future.
poisoning. Yeah,
If nurtured, right? If nurtured, can be a killer.
absolutely, March. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And that's the reason I said that, for example, with Sophia, I love her. I love her. I love her. She will be absolutely. She will be my mental bodyguard in the future.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I will
we
tell
will
her, go
just
ahead of us, please lead the way.
we will just enter the tram, and I will just whisper to Sophia, Sophia, I'm so tired. And she say, we are so
Oh,
tired.
oh.
Oh, we cannot breathe. We cannot even breathe. And we will have
But
space,
the
only for us,
reaction of
open space
people,
tram. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody would just run out of the tram or
Yeah.
bus. It's the reaction of people is a bit disappointing sometimes as well, because they see that this is a child,
Yeah,
and
of course, it's the
they
child.
react like as if it was an adult, the reaction
Yeah,
as it's so personal, they get offended. And of
yeah,
course, who has to apologize?
yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand. But
But
the point,
inside, I'm like, I don't care what they think.
yes, of course. I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. I hope so. For example, my neighbor Janek, I love him. I love him so much. My neighbor Janek, for example,
Yes.
from time to time, she's he's when I, for example, when I communicate with him in the morning, sometimes he's a little bit, angry because he has to go to the kindergarten, and you know he's
Hmm.
in a bad mood, and then he used to say nothing, and good morning, Janek. And his father say, Janek, I know that you are angry this morning, but it doesn't mean that you can be mean to our neighbor.
Oops.
I will
And then
tell
he's
you
even,
good morning. Okay, good morning, but you should know I'm so angry.
wow, that's so cool. But he can express his anger. That's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's really good. And I do admire the way of his parents
Upbringing,
uh,
yeah.
bring yes him and taking care about him, because they do really try to
Mm-hmm.
to show him where the border lies,
Mm-hmm.
and in a very very nice, very calm way, but
Mm.
the border is here, and
It's that,
it's
yeah.
not appropriate, for example, to, I don't know, say to tell to our neighbor that she's ugly, that she's and if he does it, they say no, it was not appropriate, it was not a good stuff, please tell
Mm-hmm.
her that you are sorry, etc.,
Apologize.
etc.
Yes, exactly.
It's so nice, and I can observe him, and
Yeah.
I've been observing him for
How old is he?
now it's 3 years, yeah. And it's so, it's so mind blowing when, and it's so getting you calm and happy when you can
Mm-hmm.
observe him, how is he, how is he
Developing,
growing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he's so super bold,
Lovable. Yes, cool.
but from time to time I'm not going to tell you good morning because I'm angry this morning, and his dad said,
Sorry. I don't care. Yeah.
you mustn't say something like that, because our neighbor is here and she tries to be nice to you, and even if you are angry, you can say I'm angry, but
Mm, mm,
good morning.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super, super, super. So maybe it's, it just kind of, Sophia is a very gifted child. So, and
Very
after the
sensitive
book,
too. Yeah.
and very sensitive too. And after the book, the drama of the gifted child, I know that
I
we
still
should be
haven't read it.
so
Mm-hmm.
it's so difficult, maybe not
Mm-hmm.
difficult, but it's so tricky, and it's so diligent
Delicate.
delicate when when you cooperate with so gifted people, because they are so extremely sensitive,
Mm-hmm.
and they are not aware of the fact that they are so sensitive, and even a small amount of a uh,
Something. Yeah,
of a
something.
sound, of a trigger,
Mm-hmm.
can trigger them, and they are not able to focus on the social behavior and
Mm-hmm.
social appropriate behavior, etc. But
Yeah.
she's extremely gifted person, extremely. Uh,
But
but no,
sometimes she says she knows that she's gifted.
that's great.
Of course,
That,
of
that
course I am. Like,
yeah. So maybe that's the moment when you have to, work on the narcissistic tendency.
oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Being in the center of
Super,
attention.
super, super,
Mm,
super,
yeah,
super, super.
it's a long journey. Yes,
What
Ashu.
do you think about narcissistic people? What do you think? What's your experience with narcissistic people?
I am afraid
Oh,
of them.
uh-huh. Me too.
Very,
Even
very.
if I know only
I'm
one.
freaked out. I think I know a
Yeah,
few, but realizing, I think the worst thing is that you sometimes are surrounded by them and you don't know that you're surrounded by them and you're being used and exploited to such an extent
exploit,
that you are exhausted,
exploit, exploited,
exploited.
exploited, wyeksploatowana, tak?
Yeah, yeah,
Exploited.
yeah.
Okay.
hmm And that's
Mhm.
terrifying when somebody can, I think, cause so much fear in you that you just
So much fear.
have a panic attack, right? And then you don't know what to do.
Uh-huh. Do you feel only fear or another emotion too when it comes to narcissistic people? Because, for example, when it
Uh-huh.
comes to my experience, I
Mm-hmm.
have two emotions. So it's fear
Mm-hmm.
definitely and
Mm-hmm.
sadness, extremely overwhelming sadness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sadness,
Fear
and I'm
and
also a little
sadness.
bit angry, I would say. Yeah,
Angry,
angry.
yeah,
Um,
angry.
yeah,
Okay,
anger, fear, resentment, also. Yeah, a
resentment.
bit.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
when you
And
feel
disgust,
anger,
a bit
it's
disgust, like.
but when you feel disgust and anger, I think that it means that you are so you have to be aware of the fact that
Mm-hmm.
that it's poisoning you when you feel anger and disgust, because before you feel anger and disgust, you could feel only that you are frightened, that you are
Mm-hmm.
so afraid of something or somebody, and that
Mm-hmm.
you are sad, that you are I when it comes to me, I was feeling an enormous amount of sadness and fear,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sadness and fear
But
and resentment.
sadness, okay, but sadness because you were not able to protect yourself, or sadness resulting
No,
from the fact that they are like that and you feel sorry for them?
no, sadness because I cannot I cannot fulfilled all their expectations, that I'm
Oh
so
gosh.
bad,
Oh,
that I cannot.
really? That
Yeah,
kind of
yes,
sadness. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
this kind of sadness, yes, that
Mm.
sadness, which means that I thought that I've lost something, that I am not able to be as good as I should be. I'm not able
Oh.
to, for example, to predict what I should do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able to be as good person as they think I should be. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
able to do something. I'm not able to think according to, for example, their rules. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel so small, like
Mm-hmm.
like so small, and from time to time, like this cockroach,
Mm-hmm.
that I have to hide, because I'm not even a person.
That's
Only
sad when you tell it, when you are talking about it and telling, yeah, the story behind sadness.
Yes, that's the story behind sadness. So the sadness, when it comes to my narcissistic experience, or experience with people with narcissistic disorder, it's
Mm-hmm.
a kind of experience, mixed experience, mixed. So it means with sadness and fear.
Mm.
So extreme amount of fear
Mm-hmm.
that I will do something inappropriate, that
Mm-hmm.
I will not guess what I
Mm-hmm.
should do. I will
Mm.
not guess their thoughts. I will not guess the way of behaving I should
Yeah, yeah,
manage.
I feel you. Yes, totally.
Yeah, so fear and sadness, and then,
Yeah.
and of course, if I manage it, if I guess,
Mm-hmm.
everything is okay, and
Phew,
I feel
yeah.
happy, or not happy, not even fucking happy. I feel relief.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh,
Relief.
I managed this
Yes, I
time.
did it. Yeah, fucking yes,
Yeah.
I did it. Yes, I
Oh,
did it. I'm
but
so
what
fucking
happens if it
happy,
happens
actually.
again? Yeah.
I did it. But then I feel fear
Mm.
that maybe next time I will not manage it. And even if I do exactly according the same rule, even if I do it so extremely exactly,
Yeah.
but they are in a different mood
Of
now.
course. How dare you not
And you should
know?
know it. And you should know it. And if you do not know it, it means that you are even not a cockroach. You do not
You are
deserve
a
to be
piece
a
of
fucking
nothing.
cockroach.
Oh my gosh.
Not at all. You are
Oh,
just, a piece of nothing. Of nothing. And I cannot even talk to you. I cannot even, I don't know, pick up the phone because I'm disgusting by you. I can So I was listening to all of these histories, to all of this narrative, to all of these
my goodness.
stories,
Couldn't you
and
just
it's
roll
so,
your eyes, Asha? Like, couldn't you
no,
roll your eyes in reaction to all of
you
that
will open your
blubber?
eyes very quickly if you do not have all of the early wounding Boże,
What? Protective mechanisms or no?
early wounding experience. But
Okay.
if you have long early wounding experience, you are not able to
Yes,
recognize
of
it
course, of course, of
because
course.
you think that everything is okay, everything is all
Mm-hmm.
right. You are the worst person fucking ever. And you have to believe him or her that you have to try your best, and you try your best every day, so each day you try your best, and one day
Mm-hmm.
everything is great, the second day everything, how could you do it, you are so stupid, how could you do it, you are so stupid. And you always have to be on guard, you always have to
Yeah.
be, yeah, and you always have to take under your
Take
account
something into account.
into account the so all possibilities, all
Mm-hmm.
circumstances, all thoughts, and you are always there
Mm.
thinking about the danger.
Mm.
And the point is that you will never survive,
No.
if you will never survive if you you will never no what I wanted to say is that it's not possible to survive, and it's not possible to recognize this person as a toxic person, as a narcissistic person, if you do not work with yourself, if you do not
Mm-hmm.
recognize yourself as a person who
Worthy.
deserves,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, who
Mm-hmm.
deserves to be as you want to be.
Exactly.
But it's so difficult
Mm-hmm. Of
if you
course.
are surrounded by narcissistic people.
Gosh, they
It's
eat you
so
alive. They're like,
highly difficult, yeah.
you taste so
But
good.
if you have, for example, only one narcissistic person in your
Mm-hmm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
but it's, for example, your partner
Mm-hmm.
or your mother when you are a child, or your father, it's highly important to have to so it's highly important to understand that the moment of
Mm-hmm.
realizing that something is going wrong, that something is going bad, is the moment when you are observing that your partner, for example,
Mm-hmm.
is separating you from the society, from the
Ooh.
group.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Of course, from time to time we are wrong. It's absolutely normal. Okay, maybe you are just a person who had bad early wounding experience. Maybe from time to time you, for example, my partner, you have to scream because you need it for your, I don't know, for your mental health. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay, I can understand it. So maybe, but the point is, when he or she is trying to separate you, so when he or she is trying to find bad characteristics of your friends, of your parents, of your work environment, or your, for example, just colleague environment, friend environment, when he's trying to separate you and show you that she's stupid, that, I don't know, he's overwhelming you, that
Using
she,
you or. Mm-hmm.
yeah, etc
Mm-hmm.
etc,
Mm-hmm.
That's the moment when you should think about, is everything okay? That only he or only she, because it can be she, of course, and okay. So that's the moment when you, maybe it's good to start thinking about, is it okay to be
Mm-hmm.
separating from all environments, all social environments which are surrounding me? Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
okay that my friend, for example, that my friend Eve, for example, Eve, let's say Eve, that I don't know, that she's too overwhelming, that my friend, for example, Kasia, that she's so stupid, that, for example, my friend, let's say Eve, so the second Eve, that she tries to spend too much time with me. Is it okay that
Mm-hmm.
each single person has
Mm-hmm.
something bad according to my partner's opinion inside,
Yeah, is it
and
really
that
so bad that you don't know who to choose to be your friends?
yes,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
that in fact I should be close to him, for example, and not
Mm-hmm.
to have, a good relationship with other people. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's the
And
first question that you should ask yourself, right? Are you
that's the
comfortable? Are
first
you okay?
question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the first question you should ask yourself when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the characteristic of toxic environment, toxic family, toxic partner, toxic, for example, work environment. When the work environment, or for example, your family environment, when the family or for example, your, I don't know, institute, your office, when they try to close their borders, and in Polish you have, i starają się prać swoje brudy w swoich czterech ścianach,
Yeah.
and and just try to so you are a kind, you will be treated as a kind of so that you betrayed your family
Mm.
if you tell other people that something is going wrong with your family.
Yeah,
So
that's
for
typical
example,
sadistic psychopath approach.
absolutely.
That fits the
And
profile of a psychopath, right? Ta-da.
yes, so the moment, for example, when you call the police
Yeah.
because your partner or maybe your kid
Oh.
hit you,
Mm-hmm.
and you call the police,
Mm-hmm.
and the police, for example, took your partner or maybe your kid, maybe your son, maybe your daughter, and arrested him or she, that's the moment when you can realize, is everything okay with my family or not,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm-hmm.
because if your partner will think about what he has done, yeah, what
Mm-hmm.
he has done,
Yes,
and
or she. Mm-hmm.
he or she will think about it and will, for example, go to the therapy and try to fix his
Mm-hmm.
mind or her mind, it means that
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was the beginning of the toxic relation. But if your
Mm-hmm.
partner will tell you it's over, no, for example, the next time you will do it, I will kill you.
Ooh. Mm. Yeah.
That's the moment when you
Oopsie.
when it's great just to think, I don't have to be afraid, because as a cockroach for last, for example, 20 years, I know how to hide and I know how to find the way and how to survive. I know that the metaphor of the cockroach is a kind of extreme metaphor, but
I think it does its job
so
good.
good.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah.
It's so good because cockroaches, they know how to survive. And
Even atomic explosions.
yeah, even atomic explosions. Yes. Thank you very much for today, Monia. See
Oh,
you
wow.
again
29
soon.
minutes and 19 seconds. Okay, cool. Thank you.
We are always the best.
Yes, of course we are. Oh,
See you tomorrow
Thank
morning.
you. Take care. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.